Alright guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and this is going to be build update number 2 on my Axial RR10 Bomber kit version. Now, episode 1, we kind of went over how the whole kind of kit build went, and now we have time to install some good electronics. Now, I chose some pretty good stuff here for this RR10 kit. Wanted to go with a full Tekin system. Now, this is not the ESC I wanted to run in this. There is a new item that's going to be hitting the market here soon. It was kind of leaked out at Axial Fest 2016, and it would be perfect for this RR10. But for right now, the RX8 Gen 2 from Tekin is going to be going into it. Now, of course, that speed control can pretty much control any motor on the market, but I chose the Tekin Pro 4 HD 3000 kV motor. Now, this is a 550 sized can. It is one of their HD line of motors, so definitely has some power, and it is a fully censored system. Now, I don't have the sensor wire hooked in yet, kind of working out the bugs here as far as my soldering job. So just got this thing soldered up, ready to go, and wanted to make sure everything kind of fit with the RR10 cage over there. Now, for servos, I went with something a little bit different. Normally, I would go with a 177 or even a 172, but I decided to try this new one here from Futaba, the S9373SV. Now, this is a pretty well-spec'd servo. This thing is putting out 341 inches of torque at 0.06 seconds. Super fast, lightning fast for this RR10. But what most important about this, being that this is an axle mounted servo, it is a full aluminum design servo. So not only is the case aluminum, the bottom's aluminum, and also the front top piece up here, including the ears, are aluminum. So this is a pretty rugged servo. This thing is meant for nitro installations, but I think it'll make a good kind of bling factor and also durability factor on the front of the RR10. And I did also mount up one of these hard anodized clamping Axial 25-2 spline servo horns, and it'll do pretty well on the front end of this bomber. Here's a quick look at the Pro 4 HD 3000 and also the RX8 Gen 2. Pretty much normal on a lot of my builds. I like to kind of go overkill and just have this thing, perform well right out of the gate. So I think this will do well in this Pro 4 HD. And I believe I did put in a 14 tooth pinion to start out with. That might be a 13. I'm gonna have to go back to what I actually installed in this. I marked it in my owner's manual, but nonetheless, it'll get me going here. So use the Tekin white wire. They actually provide some pretty good wire. I picked up kind of a spool of this white stuff, so you'll probably be seeing that on a lot of my future builds. Haven't mounted the switch yet. Kind of want to get the cage on to see exactly how that's going to end up. May end up mounting that in the switch somewhere, maybe in the cockpit. So we'll have to see about that. So also checked for clearance, and as far as the way that the cage runs, and that's why I have this mounted so far back, is the battery sits right in here at an angle once you get the cage on. So I kind of had to map that out before I started the installation of this. So as far as the cage off procedure, it is quite extensive on the RR10. You have to remove all 4 shocks, or at least one point of the shocks. You have to remove the end portion of the sway bar, as you can kind of see it flipping down back here, and then 6 screws on the cage. So all in all, you're into it for about 12 screws to actually remove the cage. But that's not saying that you couldn't get to these things if you really needed to. But if you're going to do any heavy work like soldering and installation, you definitely have to remove the cage. So anyways, guys, that is my quick little reveal here of the electronics. I'm going to be running in my RR10 Bomber kit version. This thing is turning out really good. And I've got to say, this thing is, quickly becoming one of my favorite RCs here at the RC Network. Well, guys, that's it for now. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to throw it on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.